really, no child grows up with a cigarette in the mouth and big sausage. They force them to do this, but actually they are not attracted to that. So it's a taste. I remember once in Stockholm we had a Bhakta from Yugoslavia those days. He grew up on the ocean coast, and we went to a shopping center, and in front of the shopping center was a big trailer, which is very common here. They sell fish, and the stung from the fish was all over the parking lot and this, and I was like, let's go quickly inside. And he slowed down. He was going, this is like being at home. Because he grew up on the ocean coast, amongst rotten, octopuses. He said, it's so nice. So everything depends on taste. It's not natural. So the taste of the demon is, as soon as he sees a devotee, he goes, rotten. It's too much. And the whole value system, what they value, like sometimes ridiculous things. They value a treasured pipe, some very special pipe. Or, it's mysterious what they get attached to sometimes. Whereby, when I see a bead bag, they say, what is this? There's some bag with some beads in it, what is this? What's the use of that? When they see a devotee, when they see tilak, they go, what is this? In Germany, devotees go on Sankirtan and forget to wash the tilak or don't have a proper tilak. The classical comment was, but I thought you are not eating eggs. Why you have eggs in the face? Sometimes, while listening in books, I remember my good brother Prithu Prabhu, he developed a mantra which was so bizarre, but it worked. It was a German nectar of devotion, newly published, with brown cover and inside kind of marble type, hardcover. So he went to the people and he smiled and he said, you must take it. Outside like chocolate, inside like marzipan. And people are going, okay, how much is it? It was nothing to do with the book. It was just completely straight out appealing to his taste buds. And people said it was very logical. Because when you see advertisement, that's what it is about. Buy this jacket, you will be a big man. What has this jacket to do with big man? Nothing. Prabhupada attacked advertisement by cigarettes. It was those days very popular in America. Smoking is cool. Prabhupada said, cool? What? It's hot. It's not cool. He took it just vocabulary, So Prabhupada was so genius always to discover the hypocrisy behind the whole thing. The plot, the cheating, because you find it on every step. So demons like to be cheated. They like lies. They like to be intoxicated in all kinds of ways. Physically, mentally, intellectually. Why not? Big book, full of speculation. Oh, so nice. How it could be, if it would be, maybe. It could be. And they just go and spend the whole holiday lying on the beach with this big speculation, reading books, and just dreaming some sorts of idea. Science fiction. It's all science fiction. And when they see Bhagavatam, they go, what is this? So speculated. But here, what? Demon, what is this? But of course Prabhupada gave these words a real meaning. Before Prabhupada's commentaries came up, people would read these things thinking demons, familiar, they are like these little guys with the horns and sharp teeth and, you see sometimes these old illustrations. No, Prabhupada said, demons? That's the guys in a white coat, teaching in the university. Professor, Dr. Demon. Prabhupada gave a whole new meaning to vocabulary. Austerity? Sri Krishna. That's austerity. No, I like to be really austere, not this eating prasadam and dancing. No, that's real austerity. The rest is sense gratification. You like to be skinny yogi. Well, it's still bodily concept. So Prabhupada gave us a whole new way to see things. Shastra Chakshu means with the eyes of the Shastra. Suddenly the world looks very different. And actually we can translate it into Prabhupada. Chakshu. Because this is the world with the eyes of Srila Prabhupada. Suddenly, that was the fascinating thing of this first hippies who joined. Suddenly they realized, my God, it's all coming from Krishna. Prabhupada took it very personal. From the beginning, he said, this is our Krishna. When the first devotee brought from some souvenir shop, the first murti in ISKCON, you know that?
She found Jagannath.
Huh?
She found Jagannath.
Jagannath, that was one thing. Then Prabhupada said, there's two more. One is white and one is yellow. Oh, and they went back and they got Subhadra and Balaram. But then somebody came with the first Krishna murti, there's a picture of that actually. And devotees already knew from the books that they call Krishna murtis different names in India. So they said, Prabhupada, will there be a special name for Krishna? Prabhupada said, yes, his name is the boss. That was the first murti. And actually it was recorded that it was worshipped so nicely that actually became chubby. So for Prabhupada the important part was the personal thing. Not that knowledge, this knowledge, that knowledge, and Krishna still remains a concept. In Prabhupada's present, Krishna was real. That he's here. You can feed him, you can put him to rest, you can talk to him. You can. And in Prabhupada's presence, this was not so absurd, It was Prabhupada, by his purity, he just tore down that covering, that Mayavada covering. We constantly lived with. And suddenly you realize, Krishna is really here. That was exciting. He said, your devotee belongs to Krishna. Wow. That's another devotee. It's not just a piece of cloth. And this is Krishna's offer to Krishna, He ate it. Wow. When that personalism, true personalism, comes up, life becomes so easy and so exciting. It's all Krishna's. Wow. Everything is Krishna's. Wow. Because it's, I think, Jiva Goswami says, that the root of our problem is that we don't understand Krishna as a person. When devotees ask Prabhupada, what are these Mayavadis you're always talking about? Prabhupada said, you. Because we don't even know how thick that impersonalistic coloring is. How we negligent and superficially deal with things and people around us. And then we have to teach ourselves how to smile at each other. There's a seminars for that. Look at him and smile. Say hello. Hello. Good, good. You know how embarrassing this is. You read any report from the spiritual world. You don't find one incident. Krishna is waking up. One gopi goes, I don't know, I don't feel so good today, I'm a little bit depressed. Leave me alone. No. When Krishna really becomes the center, all the servants becomes automatically enlightened. And there is no, when you read these reports from the spiritual world, I said, privacy. There is no something intimate, private. This is mine. Leave me alone. Close the door, close the curtains, lock the door. No, I'm here. So nice. Just me and the internet. Yeah. Nobody sees, nobody watches, nobody speaks to me. Nice. Welcome to the Nordic country. Anyway, I can always, I'm very good always, wherever I reside, sooner or later they throw me out because I'm always offensive to the local modes. Because this is what troubles us. We are made from something, we always preach out, we serve it all out, and we still don't understand we have it. Yes, that's our problem here. So what attracted me to Krishna consciousness was that I met a group of people who were quite heavy with themselves. I never met this before. I searched all kinds of groups, but they were all like talking nicely, love and peace, and but then I thought, what are they doing? But I grew up in a world, it was especially Germany in 1972, you could say the Hare Krishna movement was indeed, as they wrote later on in newspapers, a paramilitary movement, some kind of terroristic branch. It was the mood. Answer to this. All the lectures were about, let's go out and kill them all. It's just like, every morning it was like, yeah, get them! Later on they upgraded. They stole Lakshmi from Nishingadev. Let's reclaim Lakshmi means, from the demons. That reclaiming of Lakshmi from the demons was done sometimes with very strange methods, which naturally brought about the reaction that we were completely rolled over by the German police. I was not a German, so I was not qualifying for that kind of robbery. They always laughed about me, devotees said, well, how can you destroy books like this? You're begging! Because the German on guitar, it was like, and I got him and I pushed him on a wall and he said, give it to Krishna. It was like really heavy. Quite amazing how tolerant the police actually was before they rolled over us. It was quite heavy things going on. So slightly misunderstood the whole thing. But the predominating factor, and that was important to Prabhupada, was the devotion to him. And that resulted automatically in an absolute protection of the devotees to each other. Nobody was left behind. No. I remember our leader on the Twitter, when he found out that a group of devotees was caught by police and they are sitting in a police station, he took the rest of the devotees, which was around 60 devotees, surrounded the police station with a huge harinam and chanted so loud and so heavy until they released his devotees. Or they had a choice to collect another 60 devotees, which was a pretty big number for that kind of small police station, and get us all in jail. That doesn't matter. It didn't matter to anybody. So that's how, nobody was left behind. There was no need of seminars how to smile and look at each other. No, nobody actually was smiling very much in that regard. We were smiling very much because everybody was submerged in the mission of Srila Prabhupada. In devotional service, pleasing the pure devotee. In whatever ways, it was very immature, passionate, inexperienced, but the mood was set right. So that's something we should never lose. We are in many regards, yes, incompetent, we make mistakes, but that can be excused or gradually rectified as long the mood is set right, to please the pure devotee. And because Prahlad Maharaj was determined, of course, he was considered, even not only polluting, but he was considered dangerous. So the perfection of devotee is indeed to become the handle for Vishnu, who is the axe. This is the perfection of life. This example is quite, you could say, militaristic. We love that. I still love it. I still love it. To think every morning, how can I become a handle for the axe? Because the covering and the demonic shamelessness, you could say, that's the first quality of a demon, he is shameless. No regrets. They butcher the animal, like this, sex like that, challenging constantly, openly, any authority of a demigod, god, or whatever. No. I will do it right now here in public daylight. So this shamelessness, of course it will be punished by the reactions of the material nature, brings about them, but a devotee tries to avoid it. And Prabhupada immediately points out that the real cutting process is to become the axe of Vishnu Bhakti, devotional service to Lord Krishna. We have no means to, even Prabhupada said, yes, one can use atomic bomb also for Krishna. Yeah. But to come to that level, that's not our process. Our process as followers of Lord Chaitanya is pollute them as much as possible. As Prabhupada said, Krishna consciousness is infectious. to infect them as much as, even by the means of unconscious participation in devotional service. We have so many means. We have prasadam, we have the holy name, the book. Prabhupada said, if they touch it, they will be benefited. You have to be sometimes satisfied with that. Reading? Wow, that's a pretty high level. You know how many people come and really read the book and going, wow, I would like to know about this, and what does this mean? When somebody comes like this, you get excited. He read one page, unbelievable. How did that happen? Most of the people go, it doesn't come across because there is no channel, there's nothing to, there's no connection. It's like you can plug yourself in an electric plug, but it's not connected, it's dead. There will be no light. So this problem we have. But this isn't our problem, really. Our problem is to simply faithfully to follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada and disseminate Krishna consciousness by any means. And that should be satisfaction of the people. And that, is the perfection of life, to become somehow a useful handle for the acts of, who is Lord Vishnu. Some comments to this? Huh?
We find very often when we go on the street and preach that momentarily we may act as instruments because we become a little humble and we pray and then Krishna, he reciprocates, but it's very, very hard, or maybe it's just me who's so stupid, but it's hard for me to maintain that acting as an instrument.
It's a training. The whole life is one big training. Anytime you stick the head up and go, bang, And the more dear you are to Krishna, the more precisely are the lessons administered. As soon as you reach into something Krishna doesn't agree, it blows in your face. That doesn't mean immediately. Krishna is not so cruel. He goes, let's have a little fun. Okay. Oh yeah, I feel so inspired, that's it! And then, BAM! Because actually, it's maybe a little bit controversial statement, but I think we have only one seminar. We have so many seminars nowadays, okay? So many seminars on much education. But basically it sums up to one really effective seminar, which is taught in a school of hard knocks. That's the seminar. Bang! You get kicked in the face. And that's how we learn. Unfortunately, there's two ways of learning, by hearing and by experience. So we kind of blend that. Sometimes we get by hearing the point, then we avoid. That's the nicest seminar. And sometimes we, despite all the hearing, we don't get it. So we have to experience. Both ways is beneficial. And if somebody would like to remain on a certain level of illusion, he should never go on Sankirtan. Book distribution is dangerous. Once you record it, you have that experience. What comes after is just, you never get that feeling from your chest, the kind of feeling of guilt. My God, I'm today not standing on the street. My God, I didn't distribute that many books I could in my lifetime. What are they doing out there, the books? Here I'm sitting, rather comfortably situated. Maybe I'm just building up another illusion around me. Another concept, what I am, how I should be perceived. The world is full of concepts. People will walk around. I think, yeah, that's me, I think like this, yeah. And it doesn't stop if you put a tilak on a head. You think, oh, what a nice tilak this is. Yeah, that's me, yeah. I'm very advanced. I have a big tilak. Yes. How does the Goswamis look like? Yeah, that's more like me, yeah. And then bang, something heavy comes up. It's basically not so subtle. No. The Buddhist ways like to discuss the subtle problems No, the subtle problems are very often very gross problems. Like I remember, I just once with my very advanced godbrothers, more or less asking him as a manager, how can I understand this devotee? Because he has so many subtle problems and I would like to help him. And he says like this and he listened to me like for 5 minutes, he was completely annoyed. He looked at me and said, he is just a shooter. And that was his comment. I realized, yeah, actually that's true. Because after all this talking and this, the problem was eating, sleeping, mating and defending. That was actually the real problem. Uncontrolled senses. And there's nothing tragical about that. Why not just address that? Why not just live with that? What's the problem? What's the big deal? Who do we want to pretend to? To devotees? That will be difficult. Because somehow I always Maya arranged that everybody else knows except us. We always think, I'm so delicate, I'm such a subtle person, and they go, oh no, now here he comes again. We don't even know how we look like. That person you see in a mirror, you see as you like it to see, but that's not actually what it really is. Therefore association is so important because it reflects, not only your assets but also your problems, which come over and over surface. The real problems are, there's a pattern. And that will be revealed in association of devotees. They will go, yeah. And then you think, they don't understand. And you go to another place, the same thing happens. And you think, they don't understand. And you go like this. And the problem goes with you all the time, like this. It's like a pattern. Until you start to think, oh yeah. It's like any doctor will confirm. It's very pleasant to have a patient who is already quite aware that he is sick. Especially like psychiatrists, I don't know who they are. Prabhupada said these people are actually mad themselves. But the first thing, what happens, the first success to bring the patient to the awareness of his disease. Because real madman goes, no, I am not sick, you are sick. They tell you, I don't have a problem, you have a problem. And you are dealing with people, it's this kind of joke goes around that there's a lady coming to a psychiatrist and she goes, I'm traumatized by drinking tea. Really? Why? Well, anytime I drink tea, I have a sharp pain in my right eye. How is that possible? Well, the psychiatrist goes, maybe you should take the spoon out of the cup. It's quite simple, People are so subtle, but actually they just forget to take out the spoon. Because otherwise you will have a sharp pain in the right eye. So, this is usually how it ends up, these big counseling sessions. It's an emotional side. The problems are very often just an emotional side. And you try to address it rationally. How can you address that rationally when the problem is emotional? Therefore we have this ashramas. It's like Grihastha ashrama. It's a blend of regulating the emotional side, and along that goes the shastri, the rational side. You can watch yourself becoming sentimental, or be sentimental. You get the view, oh yeah, that's me. Especially when the children come around. You realize that you can be a really stupid daddy. And you like it. Yeah. But as a devotee you think, my God, it's like a movie, That's not me. I'm a spiritual soul, I'm part of Krishna. And here I go, nah. It's a little bit. But you have to do that. And it's okay, this is regulated, It's a regulated sentimentality. And you have to watch, you can watch yourself and you get some really good realizations about your conditioning. So when you really realize, okay, that's part of my conditioning, that's a very good thing. So I told him once to my good brother, it took me 15 years on Sankirtan just to realize my Varna. No love of God had really. Varna! And he was going, bravo! Most people don't get it the whole life. Just intoxicating themselves with concepts. Well, there's another good brother. Sorry I call quite good brothers because I'm living basically from the mercy of few very distinguished God brothers. I need some rope, some like mountain climbing. I need some security there. I cannot live without that. But of course when you get older you are a bit selective where you get the rope. You are not like so unconditionally welcoming like used to be when you join this movement. You are more discriminative, but you need help. This is not a one-man show business, what you are doing. No. We need some security. Is it okay like this?
Prabhupada said preaching is not one man's work.
Huh?
Prabhupada said preaching is not one man's work. Or like you said,
even he demonstrated it can be done, but actually he never saw it like this. He never considered himself a one man's work. Not at all. He sang to his disciples. He even in the beginning considered himself simply a branch of this movement. When you study the letters, he was just, this is just a branch. But because there was not much coming from the tree, so it became almost like a tree on its own, but by necessity it was not. Prabhupada didn't have a plan for that. And how much he was grateful to his disciples. There's this one Vyasa Puja offering, he's just the lectures. And he breaks down, he stops the lecture.
Mm-hmm. How we're helping him.
How we are helping him.
How Srila Bhaktisiddhanta sent us.
How he sent us. He considered us to be actually
His spiritual master.
his spiritual master property. He is just taking
But
care.
also his spiritual masters.
Yes, even that. Well, it's shocking, you join what? Me? He gave even a very simple definition and he stated at the end that we are all pure devotees. That was a shocking statement. What? Us? Why? Because I don't pay you. It's a very simple definition of a pure devotee. He served me without payment. And it's true. So, that was obliging. That bond was... we were laughing in the face of the German police. They said, who organized this collection here? Going, him. We had 2 pictures with us, always Prabhupada and Nishinga. Depends on the police. Then they ask, who organizes here? We pull up Nishinga pictures of him. Get out of here! Oh, I saw many German police stations. My memory of Germany is 15 years on Sankirtan is basically one big police station. Sorry, that's Germany. I heard it changed a little bit. Yes, it did a little bit. Improve. Because we were just arrested on sight. So you had to move all the time. We walked around 40-50 kilometers each a day. Just moving. The bags, Fortunately, there was no cameras. There was no camera surveillance like that. But the first question was at the Bhakta program, Sankirtan Bhakta program. I was always taking out the new ones. So I started, so tomorrow we go on Sankirtan. So there's 3 kinds of police. That was the introduction to the Bhakta program. There is a standard, that's the guys with the white hats. They go, that's the... So you show them your ID card. You must.